Let's move on to Introduction to CSV Files. Comma-separated values, CSV, files are a popular format for storing and exchanging data. They're simple text files that use commas to separate values, making them easy to read and write for both humans and machines. CSV files are widely used in data analysis, data storage, and data exchange due to their simplicity and compatibility with various applications. Don't worry if this feels new at first. This section covers understanding the structure of CSV files. A CSV file typically contains rows of data, where each row corresponds to a record and each column corresponds to a field. The first row often contains headers, which represent the names of the fields. Here is an example of a simple CSV file. The samples on screen walk through this step. Take a moment to read through them. In the example above, first, name, the name of the person, also, age, the age of the person, finally, city, the city where the person lives. Each line represents a different person, and the values are separated by commas. This structure makes it easy to parse and manipulate data using programming languages like Python. Let's move on to reading CSV files in Python. Python provides built-in support for reading and writing CSV files through the CSV module. To read a CSV file, follow these steps. First, import the CSV module. Next, open the CSV file using the open function. Then, use the CSV.reader method to create a reader object. Finally, iterate through the rows of the file using a loop. Here is an example of how to read a CSV file in Python. The samples on screen walk through this step. Take a moment to read through them. In this code, first, the open function is used to open the file named data.csv. Also, the CSV.reader function reads the file and creates a reader object. Finally, the for loop iterates over each row in the CSV file, printing it to the console. Now, writing CSV files in Python. Writing to a CSV file is just as straightforward as reading from one. The steps involve, first, import the CSV module. Next, open the file in write mode. Then, create a CSV writer object using the CSV.writer method. Finally, use the writeRow method to write rows to the file. Here is an example of how to write data to a CSV file in Python. See the example on this slide. Pause if you want to study the details. In this example, first, a list of lists named data contains the rows to be written to the CSV file. Also, the open function opens output.csv for writing. Also, the CSV.writer function creates a writer object. Finally, the writeRows method writes all rows from the data list to the file. In this lesson, we covered the basics of handling CSV files in Python. We learned about the structure of CSV files, how to read data from a CSV file using the CSV.reader method, and how to write data to a CSV file using the CSV.writer method. CSV files are a valuable tool for data storage and are widely used in various applications. Alright, your turn. Give this a try. First, write a Python program to read a CSV file containing student records and print each record on a new line. Also, create a CSV file that contains your favorite books, including the title, author, and year published. Finally, modify the code to add a new book to the existing CSV file. Take a moment to practice what you've just learned.